Yo, what's going on, guys? And today I wanted to talk about what to expect the Chicago Bulls to draft in this year's NBA draft. They only have a second round pick, and yes, that's a little sad because they lost it in the deal to the Orlando Magic because it ended up they just did bad protections in my opinion. So let's just get right into today's video and talk about who the Bulls should be drafting. And before we start today's video, I want to hear those lovely comments down below. Who do you think they'll draft? Who will be available at that time? And I have a few choices that I think would be perfect. So let's get right into it and talk about who they should draft. So first off, at the 38th pick, I think Herb Jones would be great. And I think this guy has a lot of potential. Herb Jones is a senior and he comes out of Alabama. If you guys don't know about him, he's 6'8", 210 pounds, and he is a physical specimen. Okay, he's a guy who has a 7-foot wingspan. He shoots left-handed, and honestly, he could be a guy that my audio crapped out. Sorry about that. And he's a guy who, for the past few years, this past year he was a 35% three-point shooter. Before that, he was under 30% for his entire career. So he's really improved it. And he's a guy who could replace with, Thaddeus Young and be part of the rotation that replaces Lauri Markkanen. Jones was a solid two-way forward for the Crimson Tide. And yes, his offensive skill isn't something that'll immediately translate to the NBA, but the defensive upside with Jones is the sky. Okay, he's gifted athletically, solid 6'8", 210-pound frame with a 7-foot wingspan, and he averaged 1.7 steals per game and 1.1 blocks. He could be an insanely pesky defender at the 3 or 4 position in the NBA and guard some 2s and some 4s if he bulks up. And the good news is, like I said, he improved his 3-ball to 35% a clip, and he's showing that he can spot up. Another guy is Jericho Sims, is one of the most insanely gifted players in this draft. And granted, it wouldn't be smart for them to hope that Jericho Sims doesn't get drafted, because I think he's another guy who has flown up the draft boards. And the thing is that Sims is more of a traditional big man who has an insane amount of athleticism. He's a decent rim protector, averaged over a block a game for the past 2 years, dominant on the glass, but he only averaged like 7 or 8 rebounds a game. And he's insanely efficient with the balls in his hands around the rim. And he's been compared to former Texas big man, who's now with the Pelicans, is Jackson Hayes. So I think his ceiling is a early second round pick, and he would add front court depth to this team that they would definitely appreciate. So Jericho, I mean, I'm more of a Herb Jones fan because they can get a backup center in free agency, but the idea of Jericho Sims is intriguing. Now, if this guy is here, he's a guy who could go in the late first round or early second round, maybe even before they get on the clock, and that's Quentin Grimes. 6'5", 205 combo guard. He plays more of a 2-guard role, but like a 2-guard role right now. But I think he's a guy who could play shooting guard or small forward in the NBA, and he really soared up the draft board since the end of the college season. After transferring from my school, University of Kansas, to Houston, he took off. He really found his footing in the Cougars, and he averaged 17.8 points per game, 5.7 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1.4 steals, and 0.3 blocks per game while shooting 40.3% from 3, 40.6% from the field, and 78.8% from the free throw line. He showed tremendous progress on both ends of the court, and he was a 5-star recruit. And at the next level, he looks like he's going to be a plus defender that's solid at defending one-on-one on the perimeter. And his only thing is sometimes he has trouble chasing through ball screens. And on the offensive end, Grimes is an overwhelming presence as he can body his way to the rim. He can create his own looks on the outside. And Grimes doesn't often take unforced tough shots. His tough shot making ability isn't the best, but that's one of the bigger downsides to his game. Grimes could be an effective second or third unit scorer and a good one-on-one perimeter defender who would pair nicely with Zach LaVine and Pat Williams and Nikola Vucevic. So yeah, what would you guys do? I really like Herb Jones. All right, for his career, he's basically always averaged over like one. He's basically 1.5 blocks in college, and basically 1.5 steals a game in college, and about a block a game in college, and past years like 7 rebounds a game. I think Herbert Jones would be awesome. Okay, Herb Jones surprises me. Now, a guy they could also go for a little bit of a reach. I just want to bring him up because I don't even know what's going on with him. Kyrie Walker, he's probably not going to get drafted, but he did declare. And he's kind of been like super quiet. He's built like a bull and he's a powerful force. Okay? He's a guy who's 6'7" and he is massive. And we don't know what's gonna happen to him or where he is. So I want to hear, what do you guys think? Nobody's really talking about him. I don't even think he's getting drafted. He just kind of did the wrong thing and nobody cares for him anymore. So that's awful. Kyrie Walker, allegedly, he's, how tall is he? 6'10", are they saying? I'm looking at this. Kyrie Walker, Pierre Brooks. Four-star Kyrie Walker is allegedly 6'5", okay? And I'm trying to find his wingspan. Alright, this kid at, who are they even talking about right now? Oh, they just lied to me. This guy named Samson Johnson. They just lied. They put another guy in the same article. I don't even know. They don't even tell me what his wingspan is. No one's telling me. He's 6'6" with a plus wingspan, which means he probably has like a 6'8" wingspan. Aaron Wiggins could be someone they get, but you know, Santi Aldama from Loyola, Maryland. Little interesting guy. These guys actually been soaring up the draft boards, and some people should be interesting, I think. But yeah, let me hear you guys' thoughts. You know, I'm milking this video to 8 minutes. But if you guys want to hear Santi Aldama, he's from Spain. He played at not UMD, but Maryland, Loyola, Maryland. And he just had an insane year. His dad was an Olympian, and he came from Europe to come play here, and it was pretty wild. His stat line puts him up with Tim Duncan, David West, Andrew Bogut, Jason Thomas, and Lamine Diane. He averaged 21.2 points per game, 10.1 rebounds, 2.3 assists, 1.7 blocks per game. And I thought that's pretty ridiculous. And yeah, I mean, Mike Morris was taken in 1989, so I guess he would be the first Spaniard. Yeah, little tidbit about Santi Aldama. Okay, and that's all you gotta know. He won a gold medal. He's pretty freaking good, and just shooting the ball, he's got great range. I'm a fan. He's younger than me. We've just milked this video for so long. Alright, peace out, guys.